I think one of your interview I had taken.
Yes, sir. You took my interview. Yeah, you took a mock interview.
Yes. Kamakshi, because I remember this is a unique name, Kamakshi. What do you mean by Kamakshi?
So it's another name of goddess Lakshmi, and there's a temple in south with the name Kamakshi. So
Okay. Nice.
yes.
Hi guys, welcome to TISS, another podcast. Today we have Kamakshi. Kamakshi cracked TISSNET and got selected for social entrepreneurship. And she's from Rajasthan. So yeah, Kamakshi, once again, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
So quickly give your introduction, from which city state you belong to. As I mentioned, Rajasthan you belong to, which city and academic background, and how come TISS came to the picture.
So I come from Udaipur, which is also known as the city of lakes.
Okay.
And then I did my schooling from here only. And while I was giving my other entrance exams, I gave my exam for TISS also. And I was very much interested in this program since like 12th grade only. So I did my internships, like I built a profile and did my internships according to TISS only. Like I did some NGO work, I did some field work, as that would help build me a profile for like getting like better chances to get selected in TISS.
Okay. So how come Manoeuvre came into the picture? How you got to know about us?
So like basically I was just searching for some videos of people who gave their interviews in social entrepreneurship, and then you had taken so many mock interviews of people who got selected in this program, the social entrepreneurship program. Then I came across your videos on YouTube. So I got to know about you, and I got to know about Manoeuvre, and then I registered myself over there.
Okay, great. And finally, now you are here giving the podcast.
Yes, sir. Give the podcast.
Okay, so tell me about your preparation journey for the TISS.
So for the TISSNET part,
Yes.
So I used to read newspaper like Economic Times every day. So that helped me a lot on my GK part actually.
Okay.
And then I was studying for my CAT exam also. So that helped me prep for that English part, LRDI, and that maths part, quants part.
Okay.
So during this whole time, so I once again when I got my CAT score, which was not like up to the mark, then I started studying again for TISSNET, and then I pushed myself. I pushed a lot on that GK part, because GK is like very vast in TISSNET. Like it has 40 questions on GK. So I found videos and lectures on YouTube also. I had like sources also, and then newspaper came in once again.
Okay. So apart from TISSNET, you had appeared for the CAT, right?
Yes, sir.
What was your percentile in CAT approximately? बताने जैसा है तो ठीक है, otherwise कोई problem नहीं है.
Sir, average था like 70 around.
Okay. And the CAT के अलावा भी you had appeared for any other entrance?
No,
only CAT.
no.
So CAT के लिए if you had prepared तो maths में तो ज़्यादा problem नहीं आई रहेगी, right?
Yes, the maths ke liye, there was not much of a problem, but I was like dealing with my college also. I was in my last year of college. So I had to simultaneously deal with the college exams also, and then with CAT also. While I was giving CAT, I was in my second year. So
Okay. So it was was it difficult to manage your board exam, graduation board exam, and your TISS preparation?
Yeah, sir, a bit like, but being consistent helped a lot. And when I finally had to give exam for TISS, so all my college exams had finished, like, and I had some time, so I had time to revise also. But one thing is there, like if I was consistent with my studies, like every day I gave 2-3 hours, so that helped me a lot.
Okay. And what similarity you have found when it's come to the mock test, when you appeared for the actual exam, so कितना help किया था आपका Maneuver का mock?
For the interview part, so a lot of the questions that
No,
you
I'm
asked
talking
me.
about the mock test, full TISSNET, full length mock test.
Okay, so I only gave 2 mock tests actually.
Okay.
So it was mainly to know the exam pattern and everything. Because GK sometimes differ.
Okay.
That's why the exam pattern that was there. So that helped me a lot, and it helped me with the keeping time also, keeping track of time. So as I was able to like divide my all of my sections according to the time was given in TISS.
Okay. So do you think during your TISSNET preparation, have you gone through any kind of a have you gone through batter down moment? यार अभी तो छोड़ देना, नहीं हो पाएगा, ऐसा कुछ?
No, sir. Actually, that never happened with me. I was quite like excited to give this exam as it's as one of my family friends has also been in TISS. So it was like I have to like get through with this exam, and there was so much enthusiasm and excitement in me to give this exam. And once again, when I scored enough, I was like very excited to give the mock interviews also that you took and read about all the stuff that is there. So I don't think that there was a down moment, but yeah, there was this part where I wasn't able to recall some of the current affairs that were there, or the static GK that was present there. So that was a bit of a dull moment for me. But then once again, I was able to go through it like quickly, like all the efforts finally like came together and helped me work it out.
Okay. So when you went for the actual TISSNET examination in the
Yes.
examination hall, do you
Yes, sir.
think you have done some mistake which one should not do, या कुछ चीजों को take care करके एक aspirant को ध्यान देना चाहिए, या there are some pointers which you want to add?
Yes, sir. Actually, on the math part, I wasted a lot of time on some questions that I wasn't able to get. And I was like still doing it again and again and again to get the right answer. So that was a lot of time for me.
Okay.
So I got less time for, then I had left time left with me to do my English part. So that was quite a mistake. Like I had to leave that part and like move forward, but I wasn't able to leave some of those questions.
Okay. So next let's talk about the phase 2 extempore and the interview part. So how was the experience? Let's start with the extempore.
So the experience was pretty great. Like ma'am helped me out a lot. Like she cleared so many of my doubts when it came to the extempore part. Like she asked me to like note down points, and then she helped me go through some of my speaking challenges, like how to present myself, how to have a personality, how to have the confidence to speak in front of the panel members. So these were some of the things I learned from her. And then the mock interviews actually helped me out a lot. Like I was pretty nervous to give this interview, but first ma'am took my interview, and then you also took my interview. So I got a bit of confidence from there also. And some of the questions that you asked me were quite similar to the questions that the panel member asked me. So
like, what was those questions?
You asked me about like what are some of the goals an entrepreneur should have, or like what are the traits an entrepreneur should have according to social entrepreneurship. And then you asked me you asked me the specific point as to who was my idol. So these were some of the points that that were asked to me also in that interview.
Okay, great. So what was your extempore topic?
So my extempore topic was difference between women and men entrepreneurs.
Okay, difference between women entrepreneur and the male entrepreneur.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what about the interview? What kind of a question they had asked in the interview, if you remember any, like?
So they didn't generally, when I was asking other people what sort of questions they ask, they always used to ask like, tell me about yourself. But they didn't ask anything about like that, like describe yourself or tell me about yourself. They directly jumped to the questions. They asked me about my internships a lot that I did with an NGO. And they even asked me about this social enterprise that I worked with. They asked me some of a GK question that like, what is the, tell me about a social enterprise that is there in Jaipur. So I told them about that. Then I had a national certificate in sports. So they asked about that sports part. They even asked about sustainability and how sustainability could be inculcated in healthcare. And yeah, these were, and they asked some questions related to my academic background.
Okay. So those who are preparing for upcoming year, so what tips or suggestion you want to give to upcoming year aspirant?
I mean, sir, like we'll have to like do efforts for this part. Like GK is like one of the toughest thing that is out there. Like they can ask anything. It is such a vast course. So my only thing is like to prep for GK from the very start, like not delay it. I mean, maths and English part we'll be able to do, but the GK part, it has like a cutoff also. So doing it consistently every day would help very much.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Anything else you want to add?
Yes, sir. One thing that helped me a lot in my interview was building my profile for it. For example, the internship that I did. So they were very intrigued about it and they asked some questions regarding it. And a lot that I was able to speak on it was because I had done that part. And I got to know about so much about social entrepreneurship because I had worked with a social enterprise. So some of the basic questions like what are some of the traits of the social entrepreneurs? What are some of the drawbacks? Tell me about microfinancing, legal framework of microfinancing. So these sort of stuff I had already learned while I was doing my internship. So when they asked me about this stuff, I was like able to give them a nice answer.
Okay, lots of discussion we have done. So that's
Yes.
all, guys, in this podcast. Lots of things discussed by Kamakshi. And I hope you must be learning lots of pointers which you should take care while you are appearing for your TISSNET preparation and the online assessment part. And once again, Kamakshi, congratulations for your selection.
Thank you,
Now
sir.
you'll be moving from Rajasthan to Maharashtra, Mumbai.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all the best. Yeah, bye bye. Take care.
Bye, sir.
Yeah, bye bye.